Everyone. In the next lecture of application of thermodynamics, our today's topic is entropy of mixing ideal gases. So if two or more ideal gases are mixed with each other, then what about their change in the value of entropy, whether it would increase or decrease, and up to what extent it would happen. So first of all, we have to know the mathematical expression of entropy, and in order to do that, we have to take the help of the first law, mathematical form of the first law of thermodynamics, which is dq equals to du plus p dv. dq is the heat change, du is the change in internal energy, dv is the volume change, while p is the pressure of the system. Both sides now are divided by temperature T. This expression dq by T is actually the change in entropy if this overall heat change is a reversible process. If this heat change is not a reversible process, then it is actually not equal to ds. Then ds becomes greater than dq by T. This is Clausius inequality. But according to the second law of thermodynamics, if the overall heat change is reversible, then dq by T is ds. So in the left hand side, we have to put ds. Now what would happen in the right hand side? In the right hand side, we have to put the expression of du, which is actually NCV dt. N is the total number of moles of the gases or the gas if it is single gas, and Cv is the heat capacity of that gas, while R is some gas constant, and you can put instead of P by T this value nR by P. How does it come? Let's have a look. We know the ideal gas equation is Pv equals to nRT. So if we cross multiply T from the right to left and V from left to right, then we get this expression P by T is actually nR by P. So P by T dV becomes nR by P dV. Okay, so we have written here nR by P dV in place of P by T dV. Okay, now let us integrate both sides without giving any limit. So if we integrate some differential term or some derivative, then we must get some integration constant. So here how we have put the integration signs in the left hand side, just integration of ds, but in the right hand side the constant terms are separated first, then within the integration sign the variables are inserted. So in the right hand side we get ncv integration dt by t and plus nr integration dv by v. So this is the integration where no limit is given, so some integration constant must come out, and this integration constant is written as S0. Now what about the values after integration, after having done the integration? In the left hand side we get S. So this is the absolute value of entropy, but practically you cannot get this value. Okay, you cannot evaluate this value because here is this parameter. You do not know about this. Okay, now what about in the right hand side and the other terms? It is NCV, this is actually dt by t, integration means ln t, and integration of dv by v is actually ln v. So in the right hand side we get NCV ln t plus nr ln v plus some integration constant which is written as S0. Okay, now in this place, in place of r, nr, we can again put the this ideal gas equation, and this way we have got here actually this V. In place of V we have put the ideal gas equation. Okay, so if it is Pv by nRT, Pv equal to nRT, then what is V? V is nRT by P. So this value is substituted by nRT by P. Look here, this nR is is left same, but in place of ln V we are writing here ln nRT by P. Okay, so all the terms are same in the left hand side, S as usual. In the first term of the right hand side is NCV ln T as usual, but in the second term of the right hand side, in place of nR ln V we have written here nR ln nRT by P plus the integration constant S0. Okay, now this natural log part may be expanded. There are four terms. One is n, small letter n, which is the mole of the gases, number of moles of the gases. R is the universal gas constant, temperature is T is the temperature, and P is the pressure. So this may be expanded as ln N plus ln R plus ln T minus ln P multiplied for all by nR. So actually the expanded series should be nR ln N plus nR ln R plus nR ln T minus nR ln P. Okay, so in place of the first term we are writing here the same thing without any change. So it is NCB ln T, but the second term has been expanded and it is analyzed into 4 parts. The first part is nR ln N, the second part is nR ln R, the third part is nR ln T, and the fourth part is minus nR ln P. Plus the third term of the right hand side is S0. So instead of 3 terms we have got here 6 terms. Okay. N ln T is taken as common. Then CV plus R. Okay. Here is NCV ln T and here is nR ln T. So N and ln T are taken as common. N is written in the left hand side of the bracket and ln T is written in the right hand side of the bracket. So CV plus R are taken. Now this part nR ln P is written here, nR ln P, and finally the remaining 3 parts out of 6, nR ln N, nR ln R and NS0, these 3 are actually constant terms. Okay, so this may combine to form yet another constant. So nR ln N, this is one, nR ln R, this is another one, and finally S0. These 3 are combining together to form yet another constant, which is symbolized as S0 dash, and thus we get equation number 1. Okay, so what is the form of the absolute entropy of some ideal gas? This is the form of the absolute entropy of an ideal gas, and this is the theoretical value. In general, in practical, you cannot determine the absolute entropy of the substance. Why? Because there is some S0 dash value which is quite unknown to us. Okay, so here you must mention that what is the expression of S0 dash, which is another constant. Okay, and the expression is nR ln N plus nR ln R plus S0. Okay, so that's all about the expression of entropy of an ideal gas. Now we have to take 2 ideal gases. Okay, 2 ideal gases, suppose name them, just the first one as A and second one as B at some temperature T and pressure P. Okay, so this equation 1 can be applied for both. Okay, so these 2 gases when remained unmixed, so they would have their own individual entropy expressions. Suppose the A gas, this is the A gas, which is entropy, suppose S suffixed A, and for the next B gas it is entropy S suffixed B. Okay, so the individual expression of entropy of these 2 gases A and B gives equation 2 and 3. The expression 2 is the entropy expression of gas A and equation 3 is the entropy expression of gas B, while these 2 gases are individually independent, they are not mixed up. Okay, so in the right hand side just the expression of equation 1. Okay, in place of N we have written NA, in place of Cp we have written Cpa, and in place of S0 we have written SA0. Similarly it applies for the gas B, as in the right hand side in place of N you have written NB, in place of Cp you have written Cpb, and in place of S0 you have written SB0. If these 2 gases are mixed up, then what would change? What would be the change in their entropy? So that is we are going to calculate. This SA, that is the entropy of A gas when it is not mixed up. this SA would become SA mix. That means the entropy of A gas within the mixture. Similarly, this SB would become SB mix. That is the entropy of B gas within the mixture. And in place of P expressions, P is the pressure of the gas. These P expressions would be replaced by their partial pressure values. So in place of this P, we shall write here small letter PA, that is the partial pressure of A, and here small letter PB, that is partial pressure of B. Okay, so if they are mixed at temperature T, so that their corresponding partial pressures become small letter PA and small letter PB, so that the total pressure P, now this P becomes the total pressure. Okay, and this total pressure has the expression small letter PA plus small letter PB. Then the corresponding entropies within the mixture. That means SA becomes SA mix within the mixture, SB becomes SB mix within the mixture. Okay, then the corresponding expressions of SA mix and SB mix, what should be? Here we shall write SA mix and here we shall write SB mix, and thus we get equation 4 and 5. So here the change, instead of P you have written small letter PA, and instead of P we have written here small letter PB. All the terms are same. So the summation of these two entropies is the overall entropy of the mixture, and summation of these two is the overall entropy of the two gases when not in mixture. So this is the final entropy. SA mix plus SB mix is the final entropy, and SA plus SB was the initial entropy. So this SA mix plus SB mix is the entropy after mixing, and SA plus SB is the entropy before mixing. So final minus initial is the change in entropy. Let's see. The entropy change due to mixing, delta S mix, is the final entropy of the combination of the combined gases, SA mix plus SB mix, and the combination of the two before mixing up is SA plus SB. So their difference. Okay, so what is the difference? SA mix plus SB mix minus SA minus SB. Actually SA plus SB minus means minus SA minus SB. Okay, and we have to go back to the equation 4 and 5. Okay, so these two right hand sides are added and these two right hand sides are subtracted. So look, what are the common terms? This part is same with this part. Okay, on the other hand, this part is same with this part. So this 2 plus 2, these parts would cancel each other. This would be cancelled by this one, and this would be cancelled by this one. Okay, look at the third term. This SA0 would be cancelled by this SA0, and this SB0 would be cancelled by this SB0. So what is left uncancelled? The term left uncancelled is this one minus this one. That means it would become plus, and this one minus this one. So this one would also become plus. So what would be the expression? Now R ln P minus R ln small letter pa plus R ln capital P minus R ln small letter pp. Let us have a look. These are the expressions, isn't it? So minus Na R ln Pa small letter plus Na R ln capital P minus Nb R ln small pb plus Nb R ln capital P. Okay, now Na and R are common, so, and this is negative, so if you combine two logarithmic terms, then the combination is actually the log of the ratio or log of the product. This is negative and this is positive, so this is the log of the ratio. Ratio means capital P minus small p. That means capital P divided by small p. And if you keep the negative sign intact, then they would just reciprocate. So instead of capital P by small pa, we are writing here small pa by capital P, because the negative sign remains unchanged. Same thing happens here also. NB are ln small pb by p. So we are just combining these two. Okay, these two logarithmic terms and these two logarithmic terms. So we are getting the log of the ratio or the product. Here not product, here the ratio, because opposite signs are here. Now here in place of NA, we are just putting it inside the bracket, and we are taking out R outside the bracket. Okay, and then multiplying both numerator and denominator by overall number of moles of the two gases N. N is actually the combination of Na plus Nb, Na and Nb. That means N is actually Na plus Nb. Okay, so what we are doing here, just look carefully. This Na goes inside the bracket and multiplied by N, so it must be divided by N, so it must also be multiplied by N. So the multiplied N is out of the bracket, while the dividing N is inside the bracket, just in order to get a ratio Na by N. The same thing also happening here in place of Nb. Okay, and since we have taken the minus term here constant as the common, so this minus sign becomes plus here, because this minus sign has gone out of the bracket here. Okay, now can you say what about this expression or what about this expression? Now you can say both these expressions have the same terminology, which is known as the mole fraction. That is, the number of mole of A divided by overall number of moles is mole fraction of A. On the other hand, partial pressure of A divided by total pressure of the gas mixture, again the mole fraction of A. So the mole fraction expressions are written as X. So it is written, the mole fraction of X A is written as XA. On the other hand, the mole fraction of B is written as XB. So this expression becomes XA ln XA, plus this expression becomes XB ln XB, and this N are remaining the same. Now if there are more than two gases, suppose gas number 1, gas number 2, gas number 3, so this is the summation of X ln X. So if the number is in general written as I, that is the ith component of the gas, so it becomes Xi ln Xi, isn't it? So in general, for two or more gas, this expression is actually delta S mix equals to minus Nr sum over I Xi ln Xi. Thus we get equation number 6. Okay, so this is our goal. This was our destination regarding today's lecture, that what is the change in entropy if two or more gases are mixed with each other. Now can you say this value is positive or negative overall? Look, just think, take your time to think whether this value is positive or negative. If this is positive, then entropy is increasing, and if this is negative, then entropy is decreasing, isn't it? So here we have a question, the entropy increases or decreases, isn't it? Look, this is the mole fraction of any component of the gas, and mole fraction has the value always less than 1. So it's a fraction, and log of any fraction is always negative, and this negative term is cancelled by this negative term. That means overall it is a positive term, isn't it? So delta S mix is positive, that means entropy always increases. And if this expression is plotted graphically, this graph is obtained. In the y-axis we are plotting delta S mix, in the x-axis from left to right the mole fraction of A increasing, from right to left the mole fraction of B is increasing, and we find that at their equal mole ratio, that is their 1:1 molar ratio, they are getting the maxima. Okay, so what about the criteria of this graph? since mole fraction is less than unity, hence its log is negative, so that the right hand side of the equation 6 is positive. That means delta S mix is also positive. That means entropy is mixing. Hence entropy of ideal gases increases due to mixing. And it can be mathematically proved that for a binary mixture, the 1:1 ratio has the highest entropy of mixing. It is graphically being reflected here. You can prove it mathematically also. So in order to do that, what you have to do, you just take two gases, okay, mixture of two gases, suppose A and B. So the expression is minus NR XA ln XA plus XB ln XB, and you just differentiate. You just differentiate this expression with any one mole fraction of any one of the components. Suppose XA. Then just equate with this with 0. So you will get the ratio. You will get, suppose I say that you will get the value half. You will get the value of XA as half. So definitely the XB would also be equal to half, because XA plus XB is always equal to 1. And if you double differentiate, you will find that this result is negative. That means it is maxima. Okay, so let us proceed. The equation of entropy change due to mixing of two ideal gases A and B is this one, isn't it? As I have said. So delta S mix equal to minus NR XA ln XA plus XB ln XB. Now let us differentiate both sides by XA, but before that we have to convert this XB term in terms of XA. Since we know that XA plus XB equals to 1, so XB equal to 1 minus X, and this 1 minus X is just replacing this XB, as we are getting this expression delta S mix equal to minus NR XA ln XA plus, instead of XB we are writing here 1 minus XA. Again ln instead of XB we are writing here 1 minus XA. So let's differentiate both sides with respect to XA. So this is the left hand side expression delta S mix by dXA. So this value should be equated with 0. So let us find out first the result after differentiation in the right hand side. Now here are four terms. XA is the first term, ln XA is the second term, 1 minus XA is the third term, and ln 1 minus XA is the fourth term. First and the second term are multiplied with each other, plus the third and fourth term are multiplied with each other. So what is the rule of differentiating a product of two things? Suppose you have to differentiate, suppose A, B with respect to X. So what is the procedure? It is dA dx, B into dA dx plus A into dB dx, isn't it? So the first term constant, differentiation of the second term constant, differentiation of the first term. So here minus NR is common, XA is taken as constant, ln XA is differentiated. In the next time, ln XA is taken constant and XA is differentiated. In case of the third and fourth terms, 1 minus XA is constant, while ln 1 minus XA is differentiated, and finally ln 1 minus XA is taken constant and 1 minus XA is differentiated. So let us have a look, just what should be, just let us think what should be the result after differentiation. This should give the result 1 by XA. This differentiation, isn't it? This differentiation gives the result 1. This differentiation gives the result minus 1 divided by 1 minus XA. Okay, you know how. And this differentiation gives the result just minus 1. That means it becomes minus ln 1 minus XA. Let us see, let us check. So left hand side as usual, in the right hand side minus NR is common. Now this is 1 by XA. This is simply 1. This is actually I just assumed it step jumping, making some step jump. So here it is actually splitted. No step jumping took place here. So 1 by 1 minus XA, again differentiation of minus XA. That means I told minus 1 by 1 minus XA. Okay, and here this one, differentiation of 1 minus XA with respect to XA. Okay, ln 1 minus XA is constant. So what is the result? These two making 1. This is cancelling this one. So this is actually 1. Here plus ln XA. Here this is cancelling this one and this is producing minus 1 result. So this is minus 1. And finally here this is producing minus 1. So this is becoming negative ln 1 minus XA. So negative ln 1 minus XA. Okay. Now in the next step, what should happen? 1 and minus 1 would cancel each other, and only xa minus ln xa minus 1 minus xa would be left. So these two logarithmic terms can be combined as a ratio. So this is actually ln xa by 1 minus xa, and minus nr as usual. Okay. So now we have to equate this with 0. So this parameter, this one must be 0 for maximum or minimum value of delta S mix. Therefore, the maximum or minimum of delta S mix, we would have this term as 0, which results in minus nr is constant. So ln xa by 1 minus xa is equal to 0. That means xa by 1 minus xa equal to 1. That means xa equal to 1 minus xa, or 2xa equal to 1, or xa equal to half. So xb is also equal to half. Now we have to check whether this is maxima or minima. In order to do this, we have to double differentiate. So the double differentiation in the right hand side is d by dxa of minus nr ln xa by 1 minus xa. Now minus nr is common. That means this is constant, minus nr. So this is constant term out of the differentiation. Now here are two terms. One term is xa, another term is 1 by 1 minus xa. So we have to keep xa constant, differentiate 1 by 1 minus x, and next time 1 by 1 minus xa constant and xa, differentiate xa. Okay. So this we have to differentiate this in this way. But before that, we have to differentiate the log of the whole thing. So log of the whole thing is what? Is the reciprocal of this. So we have firstly we have written the reciprocal of this term. That means log of differentiation of ln x is what? 1 by x. So differentiation of this term is 1 by this term. That means it's reciprocal. So it is 1 minus xa by xa. Now differentiation of this term, what I have already said. So this is into two parts. Okay. Xa constant, differentiation of 1 by 1 minus xa. Now 1 by 1 minus xa is constant, differentiation of xa. This way, these are the results as usual. This is actually 1 minus 1 by x, 1 minus xa whole square, and this negative term is cancelled by the negative minus 1 power. So this is a positive term, and now we have to take the LCM of the denominators. The LCM of the denominators is actually 1 minus xa whole square, and in the numerator you get xa plus 1 minus xa, resulting in minus nr 1 minus xa by xa plus 1 by 1 minus xa whole square. Okay. So these two would be cancelled with each other, and only 1 minus xa would be left in this equation. Now this term is negative because xa is less than 1, so 1 minus xa is positive. And since this is negative, so overall this is a negative term. That means the double differentiation is negative. That means this is the maxima, and delta S mix is maximum at 1:1 for a binary gas mixture. So that's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.